Greetings, dear friends. Happy Monday to you. Here we are getting ready to wrap up the first month of 2024. How has January felt for you? This is our usual Monday check-in and our mindful motivation for mindset mastery session. So before we get into drawing cards to feel into the vibe of this week ahead, I like to just feel into what's happening with the phases of the moon. When we really embrace this idea of mindset mastery, I like to think of it actually being an important support to allow us to check into all four pillars of us. And what I mean by that is the four pillars I'm referring to is kind of like what I call the PEMS check-in. So the pillars are your physical, your emotional, your mental, and your spiritual. These all get woven together when we do these mindful motivation, this finding your rhythm, finding your best way forward. And in order to do that, it's really important. It's important. Here's the thing about the phases of the moon is that they're affecting us whether we really sit and contemplate what's the vibe or the inspiration of it. It's affecting us anyway. So I don't know about you, but if something's affecting me, I like to be aware of it. So this week's influence from the moon is the last quarter phase of the moon in the sign of Scorpio. When the moon visits Scorpio, Scorpio is very introspective, it's very transformative, it's very deep. So this is why we're going to be feeling deeply affected by maybe an impulse to change, maybe an impulse to get in touch with your true feelings, your own inner guidance, your essence. If you've watched these sessions with me before, you know that I'm really into the letting go. So there's a vibe of this with this phase of the moon, with it being a Scorpio, that it's actually inviting us to really tap into the depths of our own emotional makeup, our own shadowy parts, maybe even. Are there parts of you that you don't allow yourself to feel into, to embrace, to welcome into the table, if you like? And I'm meaning when you're, contemplating what's the best way forward for you? What's the best guidance? How are you feeling about yourself when you make choices or when you opt to not do something? The yeses and the nos. There's also a deep vibe of change with this whole sign. And of course, we're stepping into a new month, so there will be a change in the energies. But see if you can feel, and if you see any area that you know is best for you to let go or to release, and see if there's any kind of propensity to resist that or try and talk yourself out of it. Because things do need to be let go or end in order to transform. That's why I'm saying about this transformative energy. So are there pieces, and I'm just shuffling my letting go guidance cards because that's the first deck of cards that we use to feel into this. But just take a wee moment here and breathe into this and see, is there any areas that you are maybe even subtly ignoring or stuffing down or not allowing yourself to say, you know what, I'm ready to let that go, and to do it with ease and grace. Of course, I've said this to you before. If I say anything on any of these sessions that trigger you or you need a wee bit more support or guidance or reference to you, just put it in the comments below or message me directly, because my intention is to help you really feel into this in your best way. So, all being said, let's see what can we focus on letting go, or maybe use this as the little, the little nudge or tap on your shoulder to help you. Oh, this is really good. So the card that's come up for us is caring what others think. So I said, is there an area or areas that you need to allow yourself to just really feel into and say, this is how it's been and now it's going to change. Can you accept change? Can you embrace change? That is one of the things about life, is change is constant. That is one thing that we can depend upon. And so can you embrace it? Can you flow with it? What's your best way to flow and to harmonize with a sense of change? That's a big piece as we get ready to, like I said, step into the second month of 2024. Okay, so letting go, the propensity. You know, the other thing about that caring what others think is there a propensity, or do you get caught up in comparing yourself to others? That can actually be a really subtle way of caring what others think, is, you know, looking at how somebody else is speaking or adapting to things, or making choices or not making choices, and saying, oh, I can't do it this way, the way that's right and authentic for me, because I need to look as good as they do. So watch. Just watch. That's just a wee tip to help you become a wee bit of a detective and see, is there that showing up for you? And can you let it go? So now I've just been shuffling my tarot cards to kind of get into this energy here. So take another nice deep breath. Big stuff for us this week. So let's see what tarot card wisdom is going to come up to help us. This is interesting. This is the Ten of Swords. So here, Ten of Swords it's about overthinking. It's about thinking that there's chaos, and maybe that can be a sign of resistance to change. Do you find yourself resisting change because you're overthinking, or you got caught up in I know how this is going to go, or I know how this isn't going to go, and the idea of the Ten of Swords is like thinking that things are crisis rather than embracing change and letting go. The transformative effect of saying everything is going to be okay. Maybe that could be your mantra for this week. Everything is okay. I am always in the right place at the right time, and allow your flow. Look at the things. You know, the other thing that just came to mind as I'm saying that is that, you know, if you want to do something and you start looking at, oh, I can't do that, and I don't want to do that, and I don't want to do that, and I don't like that, what can you do? Instead of putting on your attention on all the things that you can't take charge of, you can't action, see, can you say, okay, for everything that I can't do, or everything that I think is chaos, there is calmness. There is always something I can do. So see if you can feel into that. And as I'm saying that to you, I'm shuffling my Healing with the Angels cards. I like using these with our sessions here because they always give us a little bit of loving. They're always based in loving energy. And this is perfect. So, you know, I'm saying to you about this week, and this energy of the last quarter phase of the moon in Scorpio is all about really transforming and really getting in touch with the depths of your own emotional guidance. So this is like really encouraging us to make ourselves the object of our own contemplation. Using that question, one of my favorite questions is, how do I feel about myself here? And here being thinking these thoughts, saying yes to this, saying no to that, making these choices, you know, doing these types of activities, going this direction, going the other direction. How does this make me feel? And tapping into your own truth and integrity. This is about really tapping into, remember, we're releasing the propensity to either compare ourselves to others or even care what others think. The thing is that it's about you really getting in touch with your own authentic wisdom, your own inner truth, and allowing that to be kind of your GPS. Kind of, does this align with my truth? Does this align with my values? And following that, and listen to the guidance that it actually provides you. It's always, you know, there's always an inner dialogue. And when we really do that check-in that I mentioned at the beginning, checking in, how are you physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? Are you accessing the truth, the depth, the sacredness of you? And are you listening? I like to think when we're listening, this is to actually allow ourselves to align head, heart, and higher self, the 3 H's. And that's a really key piece about listening too. Are you listening to the whisper of your own soul's guidance? Are you getting those messages? And the thing is that it's really important to slow down enough to appreciate that they're always there. You just need to find a wee bit of a space to give yourself permission to tap into that. Okay, so I'm just about ready to send you off into this week ahead, but we'll finish off by pulling one of my Liberate Your Inner Truth cards, because that's kind of the overarching vibe of these sessions that I come on and do with you here. So take a nice deep breath. And like I said, if you need some more guidance or support with anything that's come up for us this week, just let me know. Oh, this is perfect. This is the kind of the piece that we are going for with this energy, and it's I am focused. Can you be focused on you, on the truth of you, on the essence that's kind of animating your life purpose, your path forward? But let me read this out to you. I allow myself to dream big dreams and to set goals accordingly. Then I take action to make them happen. I stay focused upon my intentions. My action plan is my map to my treasure. So this vibe about that deep introspection is beautiful to animate that, to see where is your focus? Is it aligned with your own inner truth? And do you need to make little tweaks and changes to your goals, to your intentions, to the direction that you're moving in? Remember, there's a component, a big component here about change and about allowing something to be let go that's not serving you anymore. I trust all this makes sense and supports you as we navigate these beautiful changing times. I wish you a superb week, and I'll be back again with you next week. Much love to you.